Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. We've got some new stuff from Innistrad that I think we ought to take a moment to look at. You know, like equipment for Planeswalkers. What? So before we get started, don't forget comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to comment down below about all these silly shenanigans you're about to read about. And links in the description to help support the channel by buying cards, becoming a member on YouTube, and anything else you can imagine. Don't forget we're having giveaways. So if you're a member on the YouTube channel, you get free entries into that. We're going to have free giveaways the month of Thanksgiving, November, right? Anyway, so let's take a look at it. We have something called headliners, apparently, which are going to be apparently serialized staple and new equipment for Planeswalkers. So as revealed today, we got 6 new paper sets. Wow, a pauper set. Would that not be cool? Pretty much any set they release, it sucks. But anyway, so 6 new paper sets. But before any of those get underway, they're sneaking in a set of reprints that will debut in January called Innistrad Remastered. We don't know a ton about it yet, as none of us do, but they are boasting something called headliner cards. The headliner cards, a new concept designed to be focal point of the set. Presumably, these cards will be flashy and quite rare. This could add some suspense to cracking packs, since the headliner cards will undoubtedly be worth a fortune. To kick things off, we'll take a peek at one. So here it is. We've seen this in one of our other videos. This one, clearly you can see is foil. And this is the good old Edgar Markov commander card. He hasn't been reprinted in a very long time, if at all, I don't think. This is a new foil poster version, like we talked about before, that we had inside of the second printing, the holiday version of Lord of the Rings, which was very popular. People liked this style and this art. So they're bringing it back, apparently, to try to get it to sell some Innistrad Remastered packs, which, as you guys know, the last Innistrad set with vampires was a damn catastrophe. But anyway, with that said, it says here, unfortunately, up to this point, the only normal size versions of Edgar Markov are from the Commander 2017 and Judge promos, both at about $100. I would expect this one to be worth more, especially if it's serialized. Which also makes me wonder if there'll be unserialized versions, which could bring the price down from 100 to, I don't know, maybe 50 for lucky. But will still be sweet, especially since this will be a new version that you can only get inside of this set. Kind of makes me a little excited to maybe buy some collector boxes of this. And as you guys know, I'm not much for remastered sets. Just not my thing. But there's other things in here too that's gonna need a well-deserved shake as we think about whether or not these collector boxes are worthwhile. So it's clear that the headliner cards are all about players a chance, albeit a slim one, to put a fancy version of a card in their deck, like this Edgar Markov. We're talking about, you know, a 1% use of collector boosters. That's going to be one probably in 24 boxes, which pains me to say, but I mean, we complain about collectability. That's as hard as collectible gets. Let me tell you what. But you see it right there. It's peeking out over the top. Planeswalker equipment. That's right. Take a look at this. We have the Aether Spark. And what's weird about it, there's no casting cost. There is clearly a plus, a minus, and another minus. Like on a Planeswalker, it clearly has a loyalty value. This is clearly going to be serialized, which could be the big thing. And it says here, interestingly, we got a sneak peek, a headliner card from Aether Drift. Of course, we don't know the rules text about the card. In fact, that its Planeswalker equipment itself is ridiculous. And if you see right here, it says Legendary Artifact Planeswalker equipment. So it's going to be interesting to see what it means to equip this to a Planeswalker, because, to be fair, Planeswalkers already have their Spark. So what does equipping the Aether Spark do? Inquiring minds want to know. But Wizards has been pushing the boundaries of card design lately. Perhaps the Planeswalker's abilities can only be activated if the Aether Spark is equipped to the creature. That would be very interesting. Maybe one of the loyalty abilities lets you equip the Aether Spark for free. For now, we just have to wait and see what the equipment concepts are. What we do know is the Aether Spark is once again featured as a serialized card headliner. It's not certain whether the headliner cards will come with serialized variants, but we know some wild cards are in store for us. 2025 looks like a massive year. Yada, yada, smackety. So this makes a really cool point. This may be the changing of how Planeswalkers work, and maybe for a good reason. We have legendary creatures and we have Planeswalkers. You know, we have for example, we have Nissa, the legendary creature. We have Nissa, the Planeswalker. What if, moving forward, there were no insta Planeswalkers, if you will? Maybe every creature had to be legendary, and depending on the Aether Spark you choose, it gives a legendary creature or turns them into a Planeswalker. That would be really cool. And also, if they stay a creature, it gives you more options to kill them, so they're not so hard to get rid of. And that could be another benefit. Because as you guys know, sometimes Planeswalkers can ruin, just run away with the game. It can be awful. And some of them are very powerful. Depending how this comes into play, equips or whatever, and what it does, it would be very interesting to see a series of Aether Sparks, much like we used to have Moxen, that were different color codes, black, white, red, blue, all that good stuff. What if the Aether Sparks were black, white, red, blue, kind of like you see here? We see green on the outside, that could be white, looks like white in the middle, maybe blue in the middle. Like, it would be really interesting to see if the Aether Sparks had color combinations to them, and then instead of there being colored Planeswalkers, they were colored Aether Sparks with the Planeswalker, or maybe depending on the color you put in is what the Aether Spark does for you, depending on the Planeswalker color. Like, there's tons of cool things we can think about that might be in the works with this. So, this could be really sweet. Again, could also be a very fast disaster. Anything is possible with Wizards and the weird shit they try. I am up for it though. I'm down for giving this a try just to see what happens. It's cool. It would also be nice to be able to have your shatter abilities be able to shatter a Planeswalker's spark. As weird as that does sound, it would be kind of cool if you could, we'll say, take away your opponent's spark for a couple turns to remove some of their effects. And also, like I mentioned, if you equip it to a legendary creature, it becomes a Planeswalker but stays a creature. It would be really sweet to be able to do that and be able to use creature removal on Planeswalkers. Now, that's probably slim to none because it says here legendary artifact Planeswalker. So it's probably just for Planeswalkers that are already Planeswalkers, but I can dream, can't I? But with that said, we've got a lot of interesting things coming along, and with this Innistrad set, they're trying to sneak into January, to go into their evenly spread out 2025 year and begin the year with 2 sets back to back. Imagine that. Seems like good planning. Not at all. Not in the least bit. This is the farthest from spread out you could get. But anyway, I mean, half a dozen 160 other. They're gonna do what they can to, tap target player's wallet, if you will. So, with all that said, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Tell me down in the comments what you think about this crazy news and what you may like to see, or what catastrophes may occur from something as cool yet weird, also possibly overpowered, as we could be seeing, as these Aether Sparks for the Planeswalker or Planeswalker equipments could be the next Power 9. 5, 6, 7, 12, 15, 24. Who knows? But since they're reprintable, they probably won't be that good. Because if they are, by God, they're reprintable. And we will make sure they're cheap. So without further ado, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, be kind. And as always, I hope to see you across from the game table.